We would be honored if you would join us.
Greetings, fellow runners. I wanted to answer an email that I got the day I posted episode 2, since I am not sure when I can get episode 3 up and running. So let's head right into the communication report.
Mail, motherfucker!
Big Z101 writes, how does upgrading your gear work in SWTOR? That is actually a good question, and we finally have some solid information to share. Like most MMOs, you will be able to get gear through questing, crafting, or running flashpoints in operations. They are also implementing a socket system for most, if not all, of the gear you find. They will not be the first game to do this, but it's the first game that will be leaning on this system heavily to help players feel different. Let's take the Jedi for example. The developers have stated in the past that it will not be easy to get your first lightsaber. They wanted you to feel like you accomplished something, and to be truly excited to get your first. They also said that they will be difficult to find. There will not be lightsabers just dropping everywhere. But no worries. Thanks to the socket system, you can freely upgrade your weapon by adding new artifacts or gems to the sockets. This will also help further down the road for players who like customization. The developers have said that, if you like the look of a specific piece of armor or weapon, we want you to be able to technically keep it through the whole game. That is where the socket system comes into view. If any of you have played World of Warcraft. Alright. I won't mention that game again. Jeez. Anyway. If any of you have played that other game, then you already know about how a socket system can work in Warcraft. Sorry. In that game, you would get a piece of gear. It would have some base stats and then some empty sockets. You could take jewels that all have different stats, then insert them into the sockets to give the armor that stats from the jewel. That is essentially how the Old Republic will be using gear upgrading. I do have a screenshot off of a website that was leaked, showing the breakdown of a lightsaber. Obviously for copyright issues, I can't post it, but I will gladly email it out to anyone who asks. In the pic, it shows that the weapon has 4 socket spots. The hilt, which gave the player 9 willpower and 9 presence. The color crystal, that made the blade red, and gave the player 4 willpower. The focus lens, which gave 9 endurance and 9 presence. Then the power crystal, which seems like the main source of stats, which gave 17 endurance, 9 willpower, 9 presence, and 141 force power. Now, speculation states that you could get any of these crystals through drops, but especially through crafting. The Artifice Crew skill says that it is the delicate work of constructing Jedi and Sith artifacts. To me, that screams force crystals. You can assume that armor and weapons both work the same way. Since the crew skills page has now been officially completed, go take a look. With this socket system information, you can easily pick out which crafting professions would most likely help one another. I hope this answers your question, Big Z101. As always, my email is always open for opinions and questions. Episode 3 is in the works, so stay tuned. Until next time, this is CR91, signing off.